please be seated. Student awardees, please be seated. Good afternoon. Welcome to UC Berkeley School of Social Welfare's 2026 commencement ceremony. I am Susan Stone, the Dean of the school, and before we begin this very joyous program, I would like to start with a land acknowledgement and other procedurals related to this ceremony and the venue. We would like to recognize that Berkeley sits on the territory of Huchun, the ancestral and unceded land of the Chochenyo Ohlone, the successors of the historic and sovereign Verona Band of Alameda County. This land was and continues to be of great importance to the Ohlone people. We recognize that every member of the Berkeley community has and continues to benefit from the use and occupation of this land since the institution's founding in 1868. Consistent with our values of community and diversity, we have a responsibility to acknowledge and make visible the university's relationship to Native peoples. By offering this land acknowledgement, we affirm Indigenous sovereignty and will work to hold the University of California, Berkeley more accountable to the needs of American Indian and Indigenous people. Now, I would like to explain some general rules so that everyone, including the families and friends who have traveled so far to be here, can fully enjoy the joyousness of this program. With this spirit in mind, I request that you please silence your cell phones, stay in your seats, and keep the aisles clear. Berkeley's time, place, and manner principles apply, which are aligned with our principles of community. Please do not engage in any action that disrupts the event or prevents the speakers from being heard during our ceremony here in Zellerbach Auditorium. This includes, but is not limited to, shouting over speakers, speaking out of turn, blocking others' view of the event, disrupting official activities, and specifically displaying banners and signs that block others' view of the event. Individuals who are disruptive will be asked to leave. Those individuals may be removed from the event or have other actions taken, and campus members may be referred to appropriate disciplinary process. Thank you for your understanding as we celebrate our soon-to-be graduates together. I am proud and privileged to have witnessed and to be celebrating your collective accomplishments, which have been through your courses, your practica, your theses, your capstones and dissertations, as well as all the wonderful things I know social welfare students do outside of their academic programs. To all the families and friends who are joining us today from California and beyond, I strongly suspect that many of you have also experienced the program through your loved ones. On behalf of our faculty and staff, we applaud and are grateful to you. Let's give a round of applause to families and friends. To our faculty, thank you for all you do on behalf of our students. Let's give a round of applause to this wonderful faculty. Yay! Finally, to our students, you completed your degrees as the nation was recovering from the pandemic, amidst a period of intense polarization, where processes of othering compete with processes of belonging and can appear to erode the belonging that is so necessary for the advancement of this country. You've navigated mass disinformation and misinformation, rapid technological development, which will have uncertain effects, as well as a period of economic precarity and ongoing global conflict. It's also a time when trust in public institutions, from those charged with health, education, and welfare, all the way to those of higher education, are at an all-time low. Amidst this, you chose to pursue a degree in social welfare. Yes. Reflecting our broad field, you chose to engage with this conflict and complexity and uncertainty directly. There is no other preparation that expects you to draw insight from multiple disciplines, integrate those insights, apply them to very, very vexing and seemingly intractable social issues, and in your applied research and practice, insist on advancing a more just and humane society. We challenged you to embrace this complexity and these intersecting dynamics, to find both little and big opportunities to make our world a better place. You focus on those whose voices, needs, and strengths are often overlooked. You rose to this challenge, and for that, we celebrate all of you today. Yay, students. Some of you will take what you learned at Berkeley Social Welfare and apply it to an entirely different professional arena, where in fact it is unusual for social workers to be present, and they will appreciate you. Some of you will support individuals and families' access to quality health and mental health services. Some of you will move into planning and leadership roles in public and nonprofit organizations. Some of you will run and be elected to public office. And some of you will become distinguished researchers and educators. I know this because this is part of the alumni footprint. No matter what your path, I do not, and you should not underestimate the ways you are a force to advance collective well-being, especially in these deeply unsettled times. I know that the faculty look forward to seeing what you will become in your next chapter. The School of Social Welfare community is proud of you. You earn this, wear your achievements with pride, humility, gratitude, and always with respect and caring for others. Now, speaking of distinguished alums, Adria Walker, our speaker today, is one of those distinguished alums of our MSW program. As a student, Adria took advantage of this program. She managed to complete her degree requirements, earn a PPSC credential, and much, much more. As a student, she was laser focused on a concept that we talk about now a lot, mental health stigma, that really wasn't being heard. She took this concept and really has grappled with the ways in which stigma intersects with gender, race, class. She's the type of practitioner that grapples with theory, research, and practice, always striving towards a person-centered and equity-oriented approach that is always grounded in social work values. Adria's impressive career now spans over 20 years, multiple systems and settings, exemplify a true multi-level practitioner. She embodies the best of Berkeley, and for this reason, I wanted her to be our keynote speaker this year. Adria?
It is a joy to be here with you all. When I was invited by Susan to speak to you today. I thought, well, me? I don't even have a podcast, or my followers are my family and friends and the people in my step class. You know, what can I bring to you today that would be helpful, right? Useful, what's important now? I graduated from this program 15 years ago. It was very hard for me to come into this program. I feared becoming institutionalized. I had been literally walking the streets, working with people that our communities and institutions often forget. I feared coming to UC Berkeley would somehow rob me of my ability to connect and to understand. That tension followed me into my pursuit of my LCSW, and it's a tension I still grapple with, and you will too, belonging to an institution while also railing against institutions is challenging. But we're gonna talk about it today, how we can do it. It's hard out here in these streets right now. Sustaining ourselves and our families and communities physically, emotionally, and spiritually requires more and more of us all as we steel ourselves to the waves of targeted discrimination, oppression, disenfranchisement, obstruction. There's hardly time to catch our breath these days. Not only in our work, but in our lives that frequently intersect, overlap, and intertwine with those we serve. What can we do here today to launch you into your role and work and life as social workers that will be useful to you? And what I landed on was resilience. I thought if we could spend this time together today, and all of us, our graduates and everyone in this room, could walk away feeling hopeful that we can continue to dream, to work, to grow, to create, to rail, to fight in this most critical practice of social work during this most fraught and challenging time. If we can feel hopeful and resilient when we leave here today, then our time together will have been well spent. So let us focus right now on steeling ourselves and each other as we grapple with how to move forward. Okay. So one really accessible tool for resilience is gratitude. Right? And today is a marvelous day for that. I felt so grateful just watching you all walk into this room and hearing the joy erupting in little pockets as you all watched your people, your person come down, right? So much gratitude just to be here, feeling that and sharing that with you all. Thank you, Dean Stone, for the joy, enthusiasm, and commitment you bring to this profession. It gives me great hope and encouragement to know that you are in this position. Your relentless, engaging, exploring, questioning, affirming, and empowering approach was so formative to me as a student and continues to inform and inspire my work. It's hard when things are changing. I came into this work, I focused on mental health, and as I went into the workplace, I recognized that I can't really do mental health with children without understanding schools and the child welfare system. And I can't really do mental health without being able to help shepherd people through their health issues and the health system. And there's so many seniors coming into and elders coming into the work that I do now that I can't really do this work well without understanding those needs. And so I greatly appreciate the way that the school is evolving to recognize social work can't have those kinds of boundaries. Social work is huge and big and overlaps in complicated and chaotic ways. So thank you, Dean Stone. Another person who I'm going to show some gratitude to, and you all are going to get a turn, don't worry, is my fellow social worker, friend and colleague, Valerie Edwards, who shepherded many, many students through this program, me included. And when she talks about social work, one of the core values she speaks of is recognizing the ties that bind us together. The ties that bind us together. Who do we care about, and who cares about us? This is something that we must seek to know from all those we touch and work with as social workers. Who do you care about? Who cares about you? And it's something we have to be deeply connected to ourselves because it's an enormous source of resilience. My last gratitude, and then you get a turn, I promise. So here with me today virtually are my parents, Raina and EJ Walker, my grandparents, Wayman and Gloria Pleasance, and in this audience, my husband and my 2 daughters. And they ground me and give me such strength and joy every day and are a great source of resilience to me. Thank you, I love you. Okay. Thank you for that. All right, now it's your turn. Ready? In the spirit of building resilience, and we're going to borrow a little bit from the work of Resmaa Menakem, who works in healing racial trauma. And so this exercise borrows from him and borrows from Valerie, thinking about the ties that bind us together. If you're comfortable, you don't have to, but if you're comfortable, I invite you all to close your eyes for a moment. Take a couple of soothing breaths and really fall into this moment and how spectacular it is to be here today. Let the tension fall from your shoulders. I want you to call to mind who is here with you right now, who loves you, cares about you, and supports you. Who is here right now who you love, care about, and support? I want you to feel their love and support around you, holding you, celebrating you today. Let's grow this imagining to include those who aren't here physically with us in this room. Our ancestors, our neighbors, our friends, those who stewarded this land that we enjoy today and benefit from today. We can even think about the person who drove the lift that got us here, the hands that harvested the food that we ate for breakfast. Let's think about all of it. Imagine being surrounded by the support of all of these people and how that feels. Feel what it's like to have that connection and support here today on this day. To know that connection and support is always there with you. Okay, open your eyes, look around. So that's our first resilience strategy, right? Gratitude and the ties that bind us together. I can talk, I get wordy. They said 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm not that good at time management, so get the hook out if I need to get off of here. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, our strategy for resilience is cinnamon. Less obvious, right? So I told you my 2 daughters are here today. One of my daughters is a baker. She bakes all the time. I'm so lucky. She'll be baking in the kitchen. I'll walk into the kitchen, smells delicious. She'll say, "Mom, try what I baked." And I'll say, "Okay." And I take a bite, and I'm like, "Oh, it's so good. I love it. Oh, it's so crumbly and delicious." She'll say, "Yeah, I put cinnamon in it." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I taste the cinnamon. It's so good." And then a week will go by, and she's baking again, and she'll say, Mom, try what I baked. And I'll say, okay, and I try it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And she'll be like, yeah, I put cinnamon in it. And I was like, oh, did the recipe for this call for cinnamon? No, but I put it in there. And I'm like, oh, well, it tastes good. I mean, okay. And then again, it keeps happening. Mom, try what I made. Oh, it tastes delicious. I put cinnamon in it. Really? You put cinnamon in these lemon bars? I wouldn't have thought that you put cinnamon in that, but it tastes delicious. So strategy number 2 for resilience is to find your cinnamon. The thing that you always put in it, right? Sometimes we are in places and spaces as social workers, as individuals, bringing our intersecting identities, our culture, our lived experiences into settings where we might wonder, is it okay to have my cinnamon in here? Is it okay to sprinkle cinnamon on this? Will these people want my cinnamon? Is my cinnamon acceptable in this recipe? Yes. Yes. Bring your cinnamon, dump it in there. Don't ever leave it. Your cinnamon belongs. Your cinnamon belongs in the recipe. So figure out what it is, and then be confident in it, and bring it with you always. And even if it's lemon bars, you can put cinnamon in there, and people are gonna eat it, and they're gonna love it. Find your cinnamon, okay. So that's number 2, gratitude, cinnamon. All right, number 3, be radical. My first job in social work after this program was at Citywide Case Management. Anybody get the honor of being at Citywide in San Francisco? It's a great organization, works with people who have chronic mental health issues that they grapple with, often a lot of co-occurring health issues and other factors that really impact their lives. And all of the people we were working with were unhoused in San Francisco, and we were moving 120 people into housing, these brand new, beautiful studio apartments in Hayes Valley. And we had a clinic on site, 3 social workers, and a nurse. And about 6 months in, we got a psychiatrist for our program, which we really needed. Her name is Dr. Fumi Mitsuishi. She inspires me so much still, not a social worker by training, but a social worker at heart and in practice. And she went on to become the director of Citywide, and now she is the chief of psychiatry at San Francisco General Hospital, so she's legit. And she has a quote, it's so beautiful, that I want to share with you today in the spirit of being radical. She says, when faced with something that feels intractable and impossible, how often are we feeling that intractable and impossible these days, right? When faced with something that feels intractable and impossible, the most important way to deal with it is to think about it radically. Radically. I love this quote because as social workers, that is our job, to be radical. It's in our code of ethics. Our code of ethics is radical. Social work is intended to be transformative. It's intended to be fighting. It's intended to be resisting, evolving, pushing systems to change. We are here to transform systems, think holistically, and insist that all people are treated with dignity and honored for who they are, and that is radical. We get to fight injustice. We get to elevate the dignity and worth of every single person. We get to fight racism. We get to rail against the prison industrial complex. We get to insist that immigrants are protected and cherished. We get to push for transformation in our schools. We get to weave our radical nature into everything we do. Now, people are going to push back on that. People aren't going to like it. It's uncomfortable sometimes. When you feel that, when it feels scary or uncertain, or you feel weary, look to your code. It's there to lean on, to hold you up. It gives us our why. It's written there. The longer I've been doing this work, the more times I've come home and wondered, why am I doing this? I look to my code and I recognize, it's because I'm a social worker. This is my job to be doing this. So get out there and be radical every day, in every way, big and small. It's your right as a social worker. Okay. Gratitude. What was the second one? Cinnamon? Radical. Last one. I know, I talk a lot. Last one. Stay anchored. This is nothing new, right? We're going to stay grounded. Your anchor is that which sustains, fulfills, and enriches you. Daily practices, routines, and relationships. Find out what that is for you with intention. Develop it, commit to it, and evolve it as needed. Center it in your life. Self-prioritization. In order to prioritize others, we need to know how to prioritize ourselves to really and truly do that. It's essential. Now, this is hard. I'm not talking about vacations. Bali is nice. It's not self-care. I'm not talking about spa visits or new handbags. Again, that's nice. But I'm not talking about indulgence. I'm talking about Audre Lorde's version of self-care as self-preservation. All right? Sustenance, nurturing and caring for ourselves actively, intentionally, and consistently. Consistently. While in grad school, I had the privilege of connecting with East Bay Meditation Center, which I'm hoping someone in this room knows what that is. If you don't, please look into it, East Bay Meditation Center. And one of the founding teachers there is a woman named Musham Akita Nash. She is an activist, teacher, and spiritual leader in our community. And she works, part of her work is sustaining activists, right? And that's what we are as social worker activists. She created a vow I'd like to share with you called the Great Vow for Mindful Activists. It's from an article that she wrote. It's called I Vow Not to Burn Out. And everybody in here, please reference it. So to kind of wrap it up today, and I invite everyone in this room who identifies with activism to participate. We're going to take this vow together, okay? So that means, and we're going to do this with enthusiasm. So that means I'm going to say a line, and then I'm going to go like this, and you're going to repeat the line after me, okay? When I say my name, though, you say your name. Don't say my name back to me. Okay. And again, I invite everyone, because we're all in this together right now. So, aware of suffering and injustice. I, Adria Walker, am working to create a more just, peaceful, and sustainable world. Yes, very good. I promise, for the benefit of all, to practice self-care, mindfulness, healing, and joy. I vow not to burn out. All right. Thank you for this time together. Thank you, Professor Stone, for this invitation. And congratulations to all of our graduates. I am so, I am so grateful to be a social worker and to have you all joining me in this work. As you add your cinnamon and sprinkle it all around with a radical heart, please take good care of yourselves and take good care of each other. Congratulations again to our graduates and everyone who is here who loves and supports them. Ashe.
Thank you so much, Adria. I would now like to introduce the first of our stellar student speakers. And first of all, representing the undergraduates, Alana Catherine Moore.
Oh, okay. So first, it's Elena. Just thought I would let everybody know. So it's Elena Catherine Moore. It's how my mama spelt it, so you don't need to be sorry. No. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this slow like my aunt said to do, so here we go. Good afternoon, faculty, family, and friends, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. Today, we graduate from UC Berkeley and from its globally recognized College of Social Welfare. I want to take a moment to let that sink in, not just for me, but for every single one of us here today. We did it. When I found out I was nominated by my fellow classmates to give this speech, my first thought was, honestly, why me? Seriously, who am I? I'm just Elena. When I said that to my mother, she stopped me and said, "You're not just Elena. You are a mother of 4. You are fierce, and a testament to your decision to redirect your life and become a beacon of change so that your daughter knows to never settle and that no goal is unobtainable." So today, I'm standing here shaking, but I'm still speaking because she was right. I had my first child at 17 years old. I then spent 15 years in a deeply abusive relationship with someone who tried to take my life twice. He told me I was dumb, worthless, and that I would end up living off of the government. There were others who echoed those words as well, and I believed them too. I want you to think about that for a moment because I'm standing here on this stage at the #1 public university in the world. Here's the part I find most poetic. The man who insulted me by saying I would end up living off of the government had no idea that one day I would earn a degree from an institution that trained me to understand, strengthen, and reform the very systems that support the most vulnerable in our society. That was meant to be an insult. It became my purpose. So to anyone who has ever been told they would not amount to anything, I need you to hear me today. Do not ever let anyone tell you you cannot do anything, because look at you now. You did this. This degree is not just mine. It is for every woman who has ever been silenced, every survivor who was told she was not enough, and every person who is still learning how to take up space in a world that tries to shrink them. Coming here opened up doors I did not know existed. Dr. Jeffrey Edelston connected me with mentors who are helping me build my nonprofit foundation. He reminded me that showing up seriously matters. I also want to acknowledge the professors who pushed me to be my very best. Professor Joe Barrick, Professor Neil Gilbert, Professor Kurt Organista, and Professor Christina Soriano. Thank you. One of the greatest lessons I've learned here is to never let fear of rejection stop you from going after what you want. What's the worst anybody can say? No. Who cares if they say no? What I admire most about this program and about each and every one of us is the depth of empathy we carry. We chose this field because we feel things deeply. However, empathy without boundaries can quietly break you. My therapist once told me, you can care deeply for someone without carrying their problems. As we go out and do the work we have prepared so hard for, please remember to set down when you need to. You cannot pour from an empty cup. As we move into the next chapter and begin our journey as agents of social change, remember to live your life for yourself, because the only person who can truly make you happy is you. Never give up on your dreams. Stay away from credit cards, or at least manage your financial position with focus. Trust me, credit card debt sucks. Travel the world, and do not die for a company that would not die for you. So, to the class of 2026, congratulations. Go live the life you've worked so hard to deserve. To the family and friends who have supported us through this journey, congratulations and a big thank you for you sharing our success today, and we could not have done it without you. Congratulations, Bears, we did it. This is Bear territory.
Thank you, Elena. We now welcome Arlinda Ruiz and Katie Trung, representing our MSW.
Welcome to family, friends, and loved ones. My name is Arlinda. I'm a proud daughter of an immigrant. I'm a first-gen student parent.
And I am Katie. I am a first-generation student and a proud daughter of an immigrant and a refugee from Vietnam. We are honored to stand before you today as part of the class of 2026.
Today is a monumental milestone for us as students, and it is a profound honor to have those who have supported us along the way here to witness this moment. Before we continue, we want to take a moment to recognize our families in a language that carries our roots, our resilience, and our love.
歡迎我哋嘅家人、好朋友同埋心愛嘅人。今日唔單止係俾畢業生，亦同時係俾你哋。如果冇咗你哋無盡嘅支持，呢一刻係唔可能發生。好多謝你，我哋請為大家鼓掌。
Bienvenidos a las familias, amistades y seres queridos. Este día es muy especial y no solo es de los graduados, sino es de ustedes también. Y este logro no se hubiera alcanzado sin su apoyo, sus esfuerzos y sus oraciones. Muchas gracias y por favor, un aplauso para las familias. Let's give a round of applause to the families here who have supported us all this way.
This day did not come easy. We have each been surviving a collective grief under a federal administration that wages wars on our families, our rights, our youths, and communities here on native land and from the river to the sea. We were trained inside the struggle on multiple fronts while carrying our own silent battles, refusing to accept the circumstances that have been handed to us. We owe it to ourselves for choosing to stay grounded in community, for seeing our own strengths and channeling that into resistance and accountability that this program and the people leading this country fell short of modeling. None of it was a backdrop, not the late nights, the unpaid internships, the tears, or the violence we witnessed. We were shaped by it, and we are here anyway.
Take a look around. This is what resilience looks like. To my fellow classmates, I know there were days we walked onto this campus feeling like an outsider, wondering if we could truly fit in while carrying the weight of our home, our culture, and our responsibilities on our shoulders. Maybe it felt like you were always a step behind because your real life didn't pause for your student life. But hear this, the grit it took to bridge that gap is your greatest strength. You learned how to keep showing up when you were exhausted, how to adapt when life demanded more of you, and how to move forward even when the path felt uneven. Those experiences didn't hold you back. They built resilience, perspective, and determination that can't be taught in any classroom. You didn't just study for this degree, you fought for it, and you have earned your place at the table.
Yeah. And what brought each of us to that table and kept us there is worth naming. During the CalFresh Freeze, our cohort started a mutual aid fund, not because it was assigned, not because anyone asked, but because we looked up from our own overwhelm and saw each other. That same cohort shared pet pictures and resources on Discord at midnight when words weren't enough. We collaborated and mentored first-year students, ensuring that their education was held with the regard this program should have guaranteed them. We built community from scratch because connection felt necessary, not optional.
We stayed tuned in to the world and to each other, even when it was heavy.
You each move with hope and intention despite the uncertainty. Though we didn't all travel through this program in the same circles, and some of us felt that distance more than others, we still witnessed each other in classrooms, in field placements, on occasional game nights, in the moments that demanded authenticity over performance. So don't let anyone convince you that hope lives outside of context, because yours never has. That is who you are, and that is the context you created.
A personal message. I come from a family with big dreams. But for a long time, survival had to be a priority. Today, that narrative changes. I stand before you laying a new foundation, not just for me, but for my children and my future grandchildren and my primas and my primos and my community back in Norwalk. I may be the first to walk across the stage with a master's degree, but I am certainly not the last. To my babies who are right on my heels, Gigi, Ray, I can't wait to see you up here next. And to my youngest, Steven, just know that you have strong women behind you who have already drafted the blueprint for your success. To my mother, Maura, and my father, Javier, and to my entire family, Vanessa, Desiree, Myrna, Kimberly, and the kids, my mentors and friends, thank you for believing in me even when I didn't believe in myself.
We know what this work demands, and I hope we each remember to protect the version of ourselves that first felt called to it, and we do not become impatient with the process. This work is about community, and community has no timeline, so don't put yourself on one. You will not always have as many people or the same people who see the weight of what you carry, but there will be enough. Find them and hold on to them. I am fortunate that one of the people I share the stage with today is here with me. To my parents, thank you for allowing my brother and me the honor of living out the hope you have carried for us. To my AV, thank you for holding me to my own vision. And to my friends, thank you for walking alongside me all these years. And to my grandmothers who could not be with me today, your spirit led me here.
The world we are entering needs social workers like each one of you who have felt the weight of what we're fighting, who knows what it means to sit with someone in their hardest moment, because perhaps you sat in that chair yourself.
You are going out there to stand and advocate beside your students, your participants, and your peers, carrying every part of yourself. Who knows, because your lived experience is not a liability. It is your most important credential, and that is the hard work. And there is no one more ready for it than you.
Class of 2026, we did it. Dai ga aun de singola.
Lo logramos. Thank you.
Thank you, Arlinda and Katie. Our final speaker is Tiffany Christina Luo, one of our graduating doctoral students.
Good afternoon, family, friends, esteemed faculty, and of course, our amazing graduating class. My name is Tiffany Luo, and I'm so honored to be here in community with you all, representing the PhD class of 2026. We are a small but mighty group of scholars, educators, and leaders who have dedicated years of our lives to graduate school in hopes of using our education, training, and experiences to leave a lasting impact on the field of social welfare. These 5 years of the doctoral program have been transformative, challenging, and rewarding, all in one. And I think for me, the best part was simply getting another 5 years to see just how much talent and passion there is within the halls of Haviland. I've gotten to learn from and collaborate with brilliant faculty members and fellow doctoral students. And I've had the tremendous honor and privilege of serving as a graduate student instructor to over 350 undergraduate and MSW students. While working with students from all walks of life, I saw that no matter the differences in age, learning ability, lived experiences, or positionality, what unites all of us in the School of Social Welfare is compassion and heart. And that is what will make each of us social workers successful in whatever we choose to do, whether that's direct practice or macro-level work, teaching or research, community organizing, or advocacy. In social work, we're often asked to reflect upon the why. And that's because social work is hard. It's hard work that's often underappreciated, misunderstood, and underpaid. And yet, we still choose to do it. Why? Because we care. We care about each child who deserves to feel safe and loved. Each patient within healthcare systems who is more than just a diagnosis. Each older adult seeking autonomy and the right to self-determination, and each individual made to feel invisible within systems of oppression. Simply put, we care. Around this time last year, I said goodbye to my grandpa, and it was a loss that I felt deeply. My grandpa was my biggest inspiration, and it was in large part due to him that I could go into higher education as a first-generation college and graduate student and pursue a career path that I'm passionate about. And I know similarly for so many of you all, our loved ones and communities are the very foundation and inspiration for the work that we do. So I want to take a moment today to acknowledge all those who have formed our villages and supported us in our long journeys to get to where we are today, both the ones here with us in this auditorium and the ones who couldn't be with us today but remain forever loved and in our hearts. After my grandpa passed, I reflected a lot on how to honor his memory and continue his legacy. My grandpa built a business carving marble for a living, which doesn't sound super possible when you first think about it. I mean, marble is a really hard rock. But somehow, he learned how to carve roses, books, lions, and more out of these slabs of rock. It took persistence, creativity, and an unrelenting spirit. Now, I don't know the first thing about using a hammer or a chisel, but I like to think that in many ways, I followed in my grandpa's footsteps. And that's because being a social worker means trying to move the unmovable, trying to overturn policies that have excluded and failed to serve those in need, trying to dismantle broken systems that have existed for centuries, and trying to reform unjust organizations and administrations. And just like carving marble, social work is a field where progress can be incredibly slow and sometimes feel so out of reach. You can chisel away at things for a long, long time, and nothing seems to be happening. Until all of a sudden, one day, something beautiful starts to emerge from the work that initially seemed impossible. That something could be the passing of a new policy that brings rights to immigrants. It could be an individual that we've worked with for years finally feeling ready to make a change. Or it could be a research article, finally being published after years and years of field work and writing. So, as we embark upon our next social work chapters and continue to work both within and against seemingly immovable systems, we must remember to keep persevering and holding on to our whys. We may not see change take shape today, tomorrow, or even next year, but it is slowly and gradually happening within the individuals, communities, and organizations that we serve. Class of 2026, we are the next generation of social work leaders, clinicians, educators, community organizers, researchers, and policymakers. Congratulations, we did it.
Thank you again, Elena, Arlinda, Katie, and Tiffany for representing your classmates so well. Before I call up Associate Dean Aguilera for our Academic and Achievement Awards, I want to acknowledge that undergraduate sociology and social welfare major Charles Long received the campus's highest honor for a graduating senior, the 2026 University Medal. To my understanding, this is the first for our school since 1871. Yep. I know that Charles wants to be an observer today, but thank you everyone for that round of applause. Congratulations, Charles. Yay! 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 Okay. Now, Associate Dean Adrian Aguilera will join me in acknowledging our Academic and Achievement Award recipients.
Thank you very much, Dean Stone. It's my real pleasure to announce our class of 2026 award recipients. Awardees, when your name is called, please proceed to Dean Stone to receive your award. After you receive your award, please remain standing at the center of the stage for a group photo with the dean. We'll begin with our undergraduate awards. The James Midgley Leadership Award is given to a student who demonstrates outstanding leadership qualities. This year, it goes to Mark Tutwiler. The Social Welfare Community Service Award recognizes an undergraduate who has significantly contributed to the larger community beyond UC Berkeley. This award goes to Amada Madrigal. The Social Welfare Dean's Award for Academic Achievement is awarded to the undergraduate with the most significant academic performance. This year's recipient is Elena Catherine Moore. Next, we will present our Master of Social Welfare Graduate Awards. The Excellence in Social Work Practice Award recognizes students who exemplify excellence in their social work practice. This year, we have two recipients of this award. The first is Wenqing Li. And the second is Ricardo Rubio. Next, the Ralph M. Kramer Award recognizes an outstanding macro practice student committed to strengthening organizations and communities. This year's award goes to Giovanni Velasco Morales. The Social Welfare Dean's Award for Social Justice, again, goes to two people. The first is Caroline Fenton. And the second is Arlinda Ruiz. Lastly, for the MSW class, the capstone project is the culmination of students' academic journey, representing the pinnacle of their knowledge, skills, and creativity as they apply theoretical concepts to real-world problems. We are pleased to announce the Social Welfare Graduate Award for Outstanding Capstone Project, recognizing the most exceptional projects that have demonstrated outstanding scholarship, innovation, and impact. This year we have 3 recipients. The first is Noah Elliott. The second is Hyun-Suk Kim. And the third is Isla Capri Lane. Lastly, we will recognize our PhD students. Each year, the Graduate Division honors graduate students for their excellence in teaching. This year's Outstanding Graduate Student Instructor Award for Social Welfare goes to Taylor Brown. Finally, the James and Khadija Midgley Dissertation Award recognizes a doctoral graduate who has shown intellectual curiosity, drive, and academic excellence through their outstanding dissertation. We are happy to present this award to Ryan Karnosky.
Congratulations, awardees. Now we will begin with the conferral of undergraduate degrees. Undergraduates, please stand. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Social Welfare, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the President of the University of California and the Chancellor, I confer upon each of you the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Social Welfare with all the privileges and perquisites thereto pertaining. Yay, please now move your tassels to the right side, from the right side to the left side. Wow. Woo! Dr. Jill Dorberic, Distinguished Professor and the Zellerbach Family Foundation Professor of Social Welfare, will now read the names of our graduating bachelor students. Students, beginning with the first row, please line up single file by the right side of the stage, which would be my left. Please take a seat once receiving your scroll. Congratulations.
Elena Catherine Moore. Amada Madrigal. Andrea Murphy. Cassandra Hayes. Sophia Ramalingan. Gracie Mora. Adriana Giselle Jaime. Jacqueline Aguilar. Sally Griffith. Mahina Shinikawa. Juana Cristalina Mendoza Cruz. Manuel Lopez. Janae Arzu. Paris Carr. Lo Altair Hansen. Martha Andrea Tapia Lopez. Shalyu Esther Fan. Miranda Yu. Amy Eliassier. Chloe Shaver. Jax Bobadilla. Morgan Apsara Hamilton. Isabella Popejoy. Ashby Lynn Remack. Aiden Basilio Hernandez. Brandy Velasquez. Good. Mark Anthony Tutwiler. Genevieve Giota. Camille Hope Minor. Juliet Lara. Arturo Melgoza. Jessica Yanling Deng. Maya Brielle Phillips. Michaela Harnoy. Ella Nickfar. Jennifer Emilia Garcia. Alan Jordan Aguilar. Marlene Perez. Mariceli Tapia. Sarai Martinez Yepis. Grace Lee. Emiana Nicole Martinez. Mia Jo Fisher. Zayden Anthony Rojo. Kayla Patino Gonzalez. Valeria Nicole Armenta. Tu Lee. Wanchu Liu. Lareb Zahid Khan. Magdalena Bengo. Haben Moges. Connell Ayla Leary.
Congratulations to our bachelor's graduates. We will now, yay! We will now continue with the conferral of degrees on our Master of Social Welfare students. MSW students, please stand at your seats. Candidates for the degree of Master of Social Welfare, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the President of the University of California and the Chancellor, I confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Social Welfare with all the privileges and perquisites thereto pertaining. Now, Dr. Jamie Chang and Dr. Aaron Carrison will read the names of our graduating MSW students. Alexia Pimentel, will assist with the transitions for faculty hooding.
I invite Angie Perrone, Julian Chung Chun Chow, and Kurt Organista to make their way to center stage. Students, beginning with the first row, please line up single file by the right side of the stage, which is my left. Once your name is called, make your way to the farthest faculty member available to you.
Hi, honey. Thank you so much. I wanted you to be in something knitted. Did you knit? I sewed this. Oh, I love it. I love it. Viva, not Viva. Jesus Christ. Oh, and they do a pronunciation. That's great. Do I start? Perfect. Viva Friedman. Odalis Guadalupe Guzman Vasquez. Hi, gorgeous. Tavisha Thapar. They're okay.
Lauren Kakoke Pujita.
Yes, of course.
Sophie Mason. Stephanie Soledad Gonzalez.
Hey, sweetheart. Okay. Jasmine Verduzco. Gabrielle Moretti, excuse me. This is messing me up. Right? Kevin Lee. Are you next?
Ulishba Sardar. Catherine Grace Wolfteich. Anissa Angelina Hall.
So proud of you. Amelia Bearstyle Majosa. Perfect. Emilia Bearstyle Majersic. Karina Vida Davis. Jaro Zamora.
Carly Kaufman. Isla Capri Lane. Henna Bora.
Let's see.
Stephanie Gastelum Logo.
Thank you.
Allison Edwards. Lauren Yamasaki Liska.
Diana Musino Mendez. Angelina Fan Huynh. Jessica Kwang.
Thank you, Angie, Julian, and Kurt. I now invite Christina Lovato, Adrian Aguilera, and Evelyn Chang to the stage.
Okay.
Michelle Vasquez Hernandez.
Thank you.
Natalie Marcel Wolstein.
Thank you.
Vanessa Kelly Oliveira Zuniga.
Violet Murov. Julia Spencer. Claire Bullen.
Jordan Ramos. Hannah Cook. Sarahi Soto Talavera.
Shoshana Moed. Michaela Nacht. Isaac Ming Weiskopf.
Anya Kushwaha. Julie Lamb.
Thank you.
Madeline Romdul Sen.
Elisha Hardiman. Kyle Yamashiro. Maylin Rose.
Did you do that on purpose? Umanza Karkamo. Umanza.
How are you?
I don't want these next ones to go. Erminia Umanza Karkamo. Jordan Hop. Tanya Jocelyn Valencia.
Ana Maria Campo Peralta. Elia Delphi. Sylvia O.
Thank you, Christina, Adrian, and Evelyn. Finally, I invite Laudent Reyes, Tina Sachs, and Jill Duer-Barrick to center stage.
Melissa Iglesias. Vanessa Sosera Gutierrez. Sirena Cuevas.
Alex Brandolino. Nefertise Joy Williams. Rainer Apostle.
Oh, yes. Erin Yoon. Daha Ron. Hyunsuk Kim.
Katie Trong. Arlinda Ruiz. Giovanni Velasco Morales.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you. Noah Elliott. Caroline Fenton. Ricardo Rubio.
Bianca Jeanette Govea Gonzalez. Francesca Segura. Wen Ching Lee.
Congratulations, Wenqing.
Thank you. Melissa Gonzalez. Gisela Castro Carrillo. Emily Rangel. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations again, MSW graduates. Now we turn to the conferral of doctoral degrees. Doctoral students, please stand. After I confer your degree, please sit until you are called up for hooding by your faculty advisor. Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Social Welfare, by virtue of the power invested in me by the President of the University of California and the Chancellor, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Social Work with all the privileges and perquisites thereto pertaining. I would like now to welcome Dr. Tina Sachs, esteemed chair of our doctoral program, to the podium.
I would like to begin by having our faculty dissertation advisors stand up and prepare to hood the students. Dr. Barrick, please make your way to center stage to hood your advisees. Sophia Guo, dissertation chair Jill Barrick. Dissertation, Evaluating the State of CPS Worker Wages, Union Contracts, and Links to Workload Measures. Ryan Karnosky, Chair, Dr. Jill Barrick. Dissertation, Transgender Children in the California Child Welfare System. Thank you, Dr. Barrick. Dr. Aguilera, please make your way to center stage to hood your advisee. Tiffany Christina Luo. Dissertation, Equitable Digital Health Design and Implementation, Understanding Diverse Needs and Perspectives Regarding the Use of Mobile Technology to Provide Clinical Support for Health Behavior Change. Congratulations to our amazing doctoral students on completing their outstanding dissertations.
Congratulations again to the class of 2026, and welcome to the UC Berkeley School of Social Welfare alum community. We ask our audience to please remain seated until the graduates have walked out of the theater. Please join us for light refreshments at Haviland Hall. Thank you. Yay.